Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. I don't know whether to leave this open or closed because it's going to get kind of crazy today. As you guys probably may or may not notice, though, I changed the time to reflect the time that's in the book that we're going to go over today. Yeah. So, as per usual, it is, of course, you guys and Scott and myself, and we're going to go in a time machine.
All right.
We're going in a time machine. This won't be the first time because I think I got I forget what the name of the book is. It doesn't matter. I got another time machine book. We're going in the time machine, but we gonna sit in the time machine with the doors locked and the windows rolled up because these people crazy. As you can probably tell by the title, this lady needs several, and by several I mean several reality TV shows. Period. Scott, what do you think? What do you think about that?
That's I don't know what to say.
We're definitely going over Charles Dickerson's great expectations. Scott, what do you expect from this book? And if you guys ever notice when I do these things so it doesn't take forever, because I think Great Expectations like 50 something chapters. We'll be here all year. I always get the Great Illustrated Classics because back in the day I used to get them from Walgreens. So I use those. So what do you expect from Great Expectations, Scott?
Great things.
Okay, period.
Great expectations.
Now go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have anything else except for I expected to be Charles Dickens, not Charles Dickerson.
Scott may not be here next time, guys. We got to keep him busy. And you know what? Speaking of keeping him busy, we're going to play a game today. You ready for the game, Scott? We're going to play 2 games, actually.
The games can be stacked against me.
No, are the games ever stacked against you, Scott? They're stacked in your favor. Okay, game number 1, you guys can play 2. I mean, you can play both of them if you want, but first game. As we go along in the comment section, write which reality TV show this lady should be in that you think fits with who she is. And these flags, a lot of them are about her, okay? Because she out here acting crazy. So name what TV shows, reality or not reality, that you think she should be on. And periodically, and this is the second game, we're going to play the newlywed game. We're going to see if you and I are synced up. So periodically, I'm going to see what you think about this, Scott. I need for you to read my mind.
Oh, okay.
Read my mind. Pressure's always on. Okay, so let's start our book. Great Expectations, aka this lady needs several reality TV shows. Okay, so we're gonna start, and this is why I got these glasses on. I'm gonna switch out to the other ones. Our thing starts today with a little boy. He is 7. His name is Pip. Pip. That's not his full name. His full name, let me get to my notes, is Philip Rip.
Okay.
He's our main character. Pip. That's what they call him. They call him Pip. And they say it's because when he was younger, he couldn't pronounce his name, so it came out as Pimp. So Pip, so they kept it. I'm going to call him Pip the Pimp. Period.
All right.
He's just missing a letter in there. So Pip is sitting out at the graveyard. And he's sitting by his mom and his dad's graves because he's an orphan. And he's an orphan. He's 7. And he lives with his sister and her husband, Joe, the blacksmith. So he's out there. He's grieving. He got his tissue. He like, oh my God. Like, oh my God, I miss my mama. I miss my daddy. I miss you much.
1800s.
This is the 1800s. We done hopped our little selves in the time machine and carried ourselves on back to where Watson and Sherlock are in the 1800s. But we're going to keep the windows up. We're going to lock the doors because these people are weird and strange. We don't want the butterfly. We probably need the butterfly effect with these people, but we don't want no parts of this foolishness. So, he's grieving, he's mourning. Then all of a sudden, here come this weirdo some convict with a big old ankle bracelet, monitor, ankle, whatever on his leg. And he's like, hey, you little boy, come here. And Pip's like, he's 7. So he's like, oh, maybe, I don't know. This is a nice adult. And the man is like, I got another dude that's with me, and he know where you stay. Where do you stay? And he told him where he stayed, which is a no-go. Clearly, his sister ain't teach him nothing. Neither is the sister husband, Joe. He ain't teach him nothing because that's stranger danger. But anyway, so he's like, he gives him the address. He tells him his name. Tells this man where he lives, this stranger. And the dude's like, this is what you gonna do, Scott. This is what you gonna do. You gonna be up here tomorrow morning and you gonna bring me some food. And hey, you said your sister's husband is a blacksmith. Bring me a file. I'm trying to get this ankle bracelet monitor thing off. It was like an ankle handcuff, but we're gonna just say his ankle bracelet. Shackles. Yes, take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. So he was like, you gonna bring me some food and you gonna bring me a file so I can take this thing off. And you gonna do it tomorrow morning, or else I'm gonna send a friend who you can't see over to that address you just gave. And everybody's gonna be unalive. So Pip is like, oh my God, I'm super scared. Oh my God. So he runs off and goes home and leaves that man there. Thank God. So we're mourning, but not. I almost poked myself in the eye. Okay, we're mourning, but not no more. Well, we're still mourning. So, he goes back to his sister's house. They just call her Miss Joe. He goes back to Mrs. Joe's house. And the sister, she is not a happy person, okay? And this is why I say we're going to keep these windows rolled up, these doors locked, because these people are strange. So she is not a happy person. She is complaining because she got to take care of Pip, who she's just like, why the hell do I got to do this? You get on my nerves. She is complaining because she don't like her husband, Joe. He's a little slow. And I don't think she really wants to be married to him. And she's going off about that. She's complaining because she got to cook and clean because tomorrow is Christmas and she got to make this dinner and get this house together, and they're getting on her damn nerves. Like, she just can't. So as soon as Pip comes in, she starts busting him upside the head. She like to Pip. Child abuse.
Wow.
Call CPS. So she gets the boxing and scrapping with him, but Joe jumps in between and he's like, girl, calm down. Calm down, ma'am. Calm down, stand down. And so, she throws some bread at him, but Pip is like more scared of the convict with the ankle bracelet on than he is his sister. So he takes the bread and he hides it because he's like, well, I got to get this man something. Otherwise, he's going to come up in this house and unalive everybody, or his imaginary friend will do it. And so, he starts hoarding food. Joe and them, they're having like casual, like 1800 conversation. Joe's just like, oh, I was, I don't know, firing up, steel and creating, sledgehammers. I don't know what they do. And the sister's just sitting there like, y'all get on my nerves. And if you don't shut up, I'm going to bust you upside your head some more. So, they're having their typical dinner conversation. And that night, everybody goes to sleep, and Pip sneaks downstairs. He goes through the cabinet, the pantry, and he looks in there. He sees meat pies. He sees some liquor. He takes the liquor, pours it in a flask or something, and puts some water in there. They're going to be real mad.
Especially on Christmas Day.
And they having company come over. Okay. So he done stole that. He done stole a file. He done just stole all kinds of stuff. And he goes out that morning and he sees a man sitting out there, but it's not the man that told him to go get that stuff. It's another man. And Pip kind of, I don't know, he swags and he surfs and he gets on and, he finds the one who told him to bring the food. And so he gives him the food, and the dude's like, dang, you really did this for real. Like, you kind of nice. And then he's like, and Pip's like, well, what about the other dude? He was over there. He tried to unalive me over there. Are you going to say something from him? And he's like, wait, the other dude here? And Pip's like, yeah, I just saw him over there. He was wearing an outfit like yours, and he described the dude. And the convict was like, let me file off this ankle bracelet, and then I gotta go bust this man upside the head because I don't like him. Doors locked, windows rolled up. Okay, we ain't getting out the car. This is a bad neighborhood. This is a bad time frame neighborhood. So, Pip goes back to the house. He has to get dressed up because it's Christmas Day and they got Christmas dinner, and like the blacksmith boss is coming, and here come pastor from the church and whatever. And so, they gets to eating. Now, let me tell you where we get a little rude here. The whole time they sitting at dinner talking crap about my homie Pimp Pip. They just sit there and they're just like, he's disgusting. He gets on our nerves. Everybody but Joe, because Joe's a good man, Savannah. So everybody but Joe is sitting there like, oh my God, who just unalives and then leaves their children with the sister and all this old crazy foolishness, just down in this poor child. And Pip is sitting there. He ain't even really listening to none of this because he's just like, I wonder if we supposed to eat that meat pie today. Like, sir. Young man, the answer is probably yes, but okay, let's keep going. So, the sister goes in the cabinet. She was like, I made my famous meat pie, y'all, and I got some brown liquor. Merry Christmas. And she goes in there, and then all of a sudden she come back and she was like, I know I cooked a meat pie because I complained the whole time. Like, I remember complaining about making this damn meat pie. And, it's not in the pantry. I don't know where it is. So all of a sudden, Pip, he just can't take it no more. He gets up and he runs to leave out the door. He opens the door and there are soldiers there. Huh? And Pip is like, oh my God, they know I stole. He's 7. He's like, oh my God, they know I stole my sister meat pie, some liquors, and a fowl. Oh, they're gonna arrest me. But they were like, we heard there's a blacksmith here. We got these handcuffs right over here. Can you fix them? Because we're about to go out here and catch us some criminals, honey. We going out to the marsh over there by the graveyard, and we gonna catch us up some criminals, honey. And so Joe's like, oh yeah, come on over here. Let me fire up this thing. Let me get the sledgehammer or whatever out. Let me get my stuff out.
Home blacksmithing office, I guess. Kid.
Yeah, that's where he do his blacksmithing at.
I thought he went somewhere because he had a boss.
Scott, I don't really know who came over to the house. It doesn't matter. It's not going to push. Who came to Christmas dinner is not going to propel this story forward.
Okay.
This is why we going to uninvite Scott sometimes, because Scott be asking all the wrong questions. He be focusing on all the wrong shiza. So anyway. So, Joe mends those handcuffs real good. And so I guess soldiers did not have money for the services. They were like, hey, you know how we gonna repay you? Y'all can come watch us catch these losers that are, these criminal losers that are in the marsh/cemetery. Y'all want to come? And they was like, yeah, this is our jam. Yeah, we love seeing people. Again, why the windows are up, doors are locked. It's fine. And so they go running off into the marsh, and I guess it's like cops of 1800s. It's like, bad boy, what you gonna do? Yes.
Right.
Yes. Did I sound Jamaican? Wyndham and none don't come for you.
You did?
Okay.
So really want to go.
Call me Shabba Ranks. That's not who's saying that. But anyway. So, they get to catching them. So Pip sees the dude who he done brought some meat pies for. And he looking at him like, please don't like, I don't know if the stop snitching movement was out yet in the 1800s, but Pip was giving him like, I didn't tell. I brought you the meat pies and the liquors and the fowl. Sir. And oh, by the way, the 2 inmates were fighting. They caught each other. They caught them fighting. That's how they figured it out, because they were loudly fighting and being just not trying to hide their tracks. So, they were loudly fighting. So people heard them. So the soldiers got called to come get them because they were escaped convicts. And so, the one convict that Pip had helped, he was like, I'm trying to help y'all out. This Dusty's a loser. Y'all should be arresting him. Where's my leg chain at if y'all supposed to be arrested? I ain't supposed to be arrested. I ain't no criminal. I'm innocent. They locked all of them up. They just went on and shackled them up and blew shot in the air and called the prisoner boat and was like, come on, get them taken to Australia or wherever they go. So they go back to the house and, life goes on. We getting beat. Joe's being nice and trying to save us from our angry sister who goes into town beefing with people. Like, she just got an attitude, honey. She just got a whole attitude, honey. She is just unhappy. And she lets everybody feel that unhappiness. So we go on our lives, Oh, I forgot this part. Also, the criminal, he took ownership for the pie. He was like, hey, just in case y'all want to know, I went into their house and stole that meat pie, some liquor, and a file, period. He a good man, Savannah, kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know. So, life goes on. So one day, let me make sure I get the name right. The cousin comes. Oh, where is he? What is his name? Pips and his sister cousin come. And he was like, hey, y'all. I be brown nosing it over there with the wealthy aristocrats and stuff, right? I be over there trying to hustle, try to, get friendly with them because I ain't got no money for real. So I'm just kind of, po pipping over there, hanging out with them. And we had this lady, Miss Him. Ooh, I'm going to get her name off. Havishmer. We're going to call her Miss H. Miss H is asking for a playfellow for her daughter, Estella. So he's like, and I told him about Pip. I told him because all you do is complain about the little boy. So I figured he should get out the house a little bit and get the hell away from you. So I told her about him. And she said, bring him on over here so he could play with my little girl who's 7 as well. So, the sister's like, wait, you said Miss H? Oh, she rich. Her daddy was rich. Her granddaddy was rich. They got money. Hell yeah, he about to go on over there and play with that little girl. Yes, we might be getting some money. You come up how you come up. So, she done got him ready. She put on his best little suit and she said, get on over there and get to playing. Get to playing with this little girl over here. Gets to playing. So, so Pip gets over there. He's taken over there. He come through the gate and the little girl is there and she's just looking at the cousin and Pip. And she invites Pip in and the cousin was like, hey, I'm coming in too. And she was like, do you have business with my mama? And he was like, no. She was like, then beat it. This is a 7-year-old. Get out of here. We don't like you. Okay? You smell po. Period. That's what she wanted to say. She didn't say it because she classy based, but she was just like, you smell like you ain't got no money in your bank account. Beat it, Buster. So he leaves. So she brings him in the house. The house old as hell, is dusty as hell, is big as hell. And she leads him to a room with an old lady sitting there. And the old lady sitting there in all white. And she's just sitting there chilling with her veil on. It's a wedding dress. And she's just sitting there looking crazy as hell. So she invites him in. And I'm just going to read so y'all can tell me, what reality TV show do this lady need to be on? Okay. Uncomfortable and half afraid, I knocked on the door. A cracked voice told me to enter, which I did. And I found myself in a large room lit with candles. It seemed to be a ladies' dressing room, for there was a large gilded mirror atop a draped table. Dresses were scattered about on half-packed trunks. In the midst of it all sat the strangest lady I had ever seen. This is why we got the doors locked. She was dressed in all white, silk satin and lace, a bridal gown. A long white bridal veil streamed from her hair, which was white too. Only one of her white shoes was on her feet. Now, you know she crazy, because why the hell is she sitting in the house with one shoe on and one shoe off? Scott, do you sit in the house with one shoe on, one shoe off?
No.
Okay, girl. Nearby, white gloves, a white lace handkerchief, and a white prayer book set scattered on her dressing room. Although I say all these things were white, the truth is they had been white once, but were now yellow with age. Girl, never mind. Let's just keep going. And age had changed the figure in the wedding dress too, for the dress had obviously been made for a young woman and now hung loose on the woman who had shrunk to skin and bones. This was Mrs. H. Again, this is why the doors are locked, the windows are up. We are in a time period that is crazy. Okay, we were crazy people. So this is Miss H. She's like, yeah, come here. Come closer. Yes, I've been wearing this wedding dress for about 40, 50 years. But come here. Come closer. I'm a little off. Come closer, commanded Miss H. You are not afraid of a woman who has never seen the sun since you were born, are you? Okay, girl. I shook my head no, though it was untrue. She put her hand on her chest on the left side. Do you know what lies under here? Scott, do you know what lies under here?
Heart.
Do y'all know what lies under here? Your heart, ma'am, I managed to say. Broken.
Oh.
She pronounced the words with a weird smile and somewhat boastfully. Then she motioned me to look at her watch on the dressing room and at the clock on the wall. Both said 20 minutes to 9 and had stopped. She nodded meaningfully at me. I am tired and I want to be amused. I have a sick fancy to see someone play, she said. Play. Scott, what reality TV show do this woman need?
I don't know. Flavor of Love.
Why would she need Flavor of Love, Scott?
Because she needs to mend her broken heart. Maybe she can find some love.
Okay, I mean that I don't think she should be on there. I don't think Flavor Flav want to see all that yellow old wedding dress. Do you think Flavor Flav want to see a wedding dress that's yellow that she over there talking about play?
You never know what he wants to see.
That's true. Okay, I'm gonna say Bridezilla, because you a little off, ma'am. Take the damn wedding dress off. Do the preservation thing or something. Or girl, take it to the Goodwill, child. Okay. I'm going to say Hoarders. Why is everything yellow, ma'am? Why? Why is it yellow? Why? And I'm going to say, is there a therapy one? ID channel or something? Like, I feel like, is there a therapy? 90-Day Fiance therapy. She need 90-Day Fiance because she's looking a little lonely. Girls, just pay for somebody green card, child. Anyway. So she calls Estella and she's like, come on in here and play with this little peasant boy, this little nothing boy. And Estella come in there and she's like, yes. She's over there like Wednesday Addams, like, yes, come on, let's play. And this little girl, they play cards. He don't know what the hell he playing. This little girl over there playing cards with him and just telling him how trash he is. She's just telling him how trash. She's like, look at you. You keep calling it that. You're low class. You're low class. Look at you. You're a dog. She was just over there giving him the business. And I was like, okay, Estella, girl, you better know how to keep a man, girl. But yet and still Pip the pimp. We just gonna call him Pip because he ain't no pimp right now. Pip is over there still in love with this little girl because he was like, she's the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen. So after she gets done emasculating and degrading this poor child who he already starting out low. After she gets done doing that, she feeds him some bread and meat like a dog, he said. And then, they release him back to the wild. And basically they were like, Miss H was like, come on back in 6 days, honey, so we can abuse you some more. I want to see her talk mess to you because it makes me feel better. And so he keeps coming back time after time. At one point, these little heifers, Miss H and Estella, that is, invited another little boy over so Pip could fight him.
No.
Because we ain't got nothing else going on in our lives. Because she's saying she ain't seen the sun in 7 years. Okay? That's what my girl's saying. She is giving Khalees, I hate you so much right now energy. Remember that song, Scott? I hate you so much right now. Ah.
Don't remember it.
Scott then got famous on YouTube and now he didn't forgot where he came from. Whatever, Scott. So anyway, so they over there, she over there just causing chaos and confusion and all kinds of foolishness. Now, I guess Pip didn't beat up the other little boy. So Estella rewarded him, not just with talking, just degrading him. She actually offers him a kiss. No, we don't. Like, if I could, I would crack the window. I would just crack it down a little bit and be like, leave that little boy alone, y'all. And roll it back up and act like we're not there no more. Because this is a mess. So eventually, after about a year or so, Miss H is like, hey, little boy, aren't you supposed to be doing an apprenticeship with Joe, the blacksmith, doing low-level nothing jobs over there for poors? And so he was like, yeah, I do eventually plan. Like, that's the plan. I'm supposed to go work with Joe. I admire that man. He has been like a, father to me. He protects me from my sister who's just bitter and broken and stupid. And, everything, like, it's all good. It's all good in the hood, baby. It's all good. And so, she's like, oh, okay, well, go get the official paperwork saying that you his apprentice, bring it back. And then you ain't got to come back here no more. We're tired of making you feel low. We're tired. Oh, wait. I think there was a part 2 before that. Whoa. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, honey. Nah, we got to get to this one. Okay, I forgot about this part. While this little boy is coming over here, like, look at him. He crying. It's a mess. But also, got another reality TV show possibly. We'll see if Scott can figure it out. We are losing in the newlywed game here, y'all. Okay, so like her dressing room, this room also had drawn curtains against the daylight and was filled with oppressive, airless smell. The clocks here, as in the other room, had stopped at 20 minutes to 9. This is the second time this little boy came over here. The main piece of furniture was a long tablecloth with a dusty, rotten cloth spread on it, as if in preparation for a feast. In the center of the table was a tarnished silver stand that seemed to be the center of activity for speckled leg spiders and probably roaches. They just probably being nice and probably roaches. Atop the stand was a yellow mound so heavy with cobwebs that I could not recognize what it was. I was so fascinated with watching several mice scuttle around the room that I did not hear Miss H hobble in, leaning on a walking stick. She pointed with the stick to the yellow mound under the cobwebs and explained, that is my bridal cake. That is my bridal cake. Then, putting her twitching hand on my shoulder, she ordered, now for your work, you will walk me around. She want to be walked around the table, honey. Yes. With her leaning on my shoulder, we walked slowly around and around the room. This then was my work, to be followed by a game of cards with Estella under Mrs. H.I. and by a dog-like meal. Okay. This lady, Scott, if I had a cake that had been sitting there rotting for decades, that had spider webs on it, and mice don't even want it, like nobody wants this damn cake but this crazy woman. What reality TV show is that? What do y'all think? What reality TV show is that?
I don't know what that would be.
Fear Factor.
Oh, yeah.
She giving Fear Factor and Hoarders. Like, girl, I don't know if Freud was out, but Freud needs to come and analyze her because she got some problems, and it ain't no damn penis or Oedipus. Something wrong with her. Okay, so you know, the lady crazy, and he got to keep going over there. So he goes for a year. And eventually she's like, are you going to go be an apprentice? Give me the paperwork. So he goes home. He goes to, Joe, and he's like, hey, she told me I can do the apprenticeship. I don't know why we were waiting on her to say it. But, he was like, are you ready for me? And Joe's like, yep, let's go sign you up. He signed him up. And Pip takes the paperwork back to Mrs. H. And so she's like, here, peasant, here's 25 whatever, which is a pretty big amount for that time. Here's some money, go away, don't ever ask me for nothing again, get the hell out, beat it, loser. What?
Okay.
They were very nasty to this little boy.
Apparently so. Everybody is, I guess.
He's an orphan. Nobody likes orphans. Remember Oliver Twist? And if you don't, I'll be getting to that one too. So anyway, remember Annie? Who was nice to the orphans? Nobody's ever nice to the orphans. Remember Aladdin? He was an orphan. So he starts doing his little, blacksmith work. Now there is a difference between before he had met Miss H and Estella and after he had met Miss H and Estella. All of a sudden, he done seen all this opulence. Or so-called opulence, this old, deteriorating, yellowed opulence. And he's like, man, I'm coming back home and it's looking poor. And I was over there and it's looking hella rich. I think I don't want to be poor no more. Therefore, I'm not trying to do this blacksmith thing because look at Joe, he's poor. Look at my sister, she's poor and annoying and violent. So, I kind of want to be on the other side. Plus, I'm in love with Estella. I don't know why I'm in love with Estella. I might be have a little masochist streak in me because she didn't verbally berated me like I wasn't nothing for a year. But I'm in love with her, and I know to get her, I need to get some money, baby. And this blacksmithing ain't gonna bring me money. And if I ain't got no money, I ain't got no Estella. So how do I make this thing happen? So as he's learning blacksmithing, eventually he goes back over to Mrs. H house. And basically she's like, hey, Estella then went to a boarding school and she still hates your guts. No, you cannot know where she is. So he goes back home just to find out that his sister then got beat up. Oh. Told y'all it's violent over here. This era is ghetto. This time frame that we teleported into, ghetto, honey. Lock your doors, roll up your windows. It's violent. So they call the police. The police come over. They don't know who beat her. And basically, the cat is playing with my feet. So basically, get out of here. Anyway, so basically, sorry for the technical difficulty. So he just wants a costume on. That's all. This cat wants a costume on. Anyway, so the sister is now beat up. She is an invalid. She ain't got nothing going on with her. She can't think. I told you she be out there jumping bad at people and talking mess to everybody. And so she caught the right person on the wrong day or the wrong person on the right.
Black guy floated lip.
No. They busted her upside the head over and over again until she became like a 2-year-old in the mind. So after that, Pip said life got better. Okay. What a couple of knots to do for your life, honey. It improved his life. So after that happened, they had to hire a little orphan girl named Biddy. So Biddy came. He said Biddy could cook her butt off. Biddy was she was like she had a lot of empathy. She would sit and listen and give good advice. She was smart. And life got better. Joe would go out and go have beers with the boys and stuff. Like life got better. Like they were living. So, when after Biddy came, he was telling Biddy, he was like, girl, guess what, girl? I'm in love with Estella. And I got to figure out how to get this money. Not through blacksmithing, because look at Joe. No. But I got to figure out how to get this money. Maybe I need to do the money dance, honey. I got to get this. I got to do whatever it takes to get this money so I can get Estella, because she is my goal. She is the great expectation. Nah, that's not what it came from. So all of a sudden, so he's miserable, he's depressed, he hates it, but he loves that Biddy's there. He loves that his sister got knocked upside the head and she just sitting in a chair, just talking about, can y'all put me close to the fire? I'm cold. That's all she talk about. She ain't talking about nothing. So all of a sudden, here comes Jaggers, the lawyer. Jaggers come over. And he was like, hey, Joe. Hey, little pimp. He was like, let me tell you something. Joe, are you ready to give up this little boy here? You ready to give him up? Because let me tell you something. Somebody decided to sponsor this little boy. He got a sponsor, y'all. Somebody decided to sponsor and make this little boy a gentleman. They gave me all this money. They said I'm supposed to be his, his guardian from now on. He going to London. He's going to become a gentleman, a rich gentleman, because they left him a lot of money. So you need to sign over the rights. Did you want any money, Joe, to release your little apprentice? And Joe was like, no, let him go. He should, he's a good man, Savannah. He's supportive, he's nurturing, he's brave, he jumped in front of the sister. He probably the one that knocked her ass out. It's not him. It's not Joe. So he's like, no, go ahead, do your thing, sir. Go prosper, get Estella, go do your thing, sir. I know that your fate ain't here with me. So, I'm going to end it probably here because he goes off to London.
Okay.
And hey, Jaggers, the lawyer, said, sir, we got great expectations of you. Great expectations. Now, he did put a couple of stipulations. He was like, what you cannot do is talk or tell who you think gave you all this money, which Pip thought it was Mrs. H. And he was like, you just need to go get your education, go get, stop being gutter. Like you need to learn proper grammar. You need some table manners. You need some polishing and some finishing school. And yeah, you about to be a gentleman, sir. You rich as hell. You that dude. So from this point, he leaves Biddy and Joe and his sister, who's just sitting there talking about, oh, could you push me closer to the fire? I'm cold. And he goes off to London. And we're going to end it there because otherwise it'll go forever and I got to cook dinner. Scott, what did you think so far?
I'm hooked so far.
Are you sure you're hooked?
I got great expectations from the end.
Yeah. What did you guys think so far? What do you guys think? We're gonna go into part 2. I think I'm gonna have to do 2 things tomorrow because I also want to do a scary story sleepover tomorrow. I want us to get in our pajamas, and I'll show y'all. Let me get it. We're gonna do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, Scott. Are you excited?
I'm down.
while we were on vacation, I went to my fave place, Half Price Books, and look at what I found. More super scary stories for sleepovers. So we're going to get dressed in our pajamas tomorrow. We're going to come back, and I'm going to read us some scary stories. It'll be our Saturday sleepover, like when we were younger. And, you know, we can go do sleepover. So, Scott, put on your pajamas tomorrow. You guys, put on your pajamas tomorrow. Okay, but I'm also going to have to finish this because I feel like it's important. And also, Scott will not let me live it down. He won't let me leave anything incomplete as much as I would like to. So, so with that, we're going to leave our headlights off and roll back to this time. We don't want them to see that we was there because, honey, they chaotic over here in this time frame. They ghetto over here in the 1800s. Okay, they a little ghetto. So we're gonna leave the lights off. We're gonna put the car in neutral, let it roll downhill, and get back to our time without them noticing. And then we'll just be back tomorrow. Okay, guys? So with that, from wherever I am to wherever you are, peace and love and happiness. And we will see you tomorrow, probably twice, because we got to get this super scary sleepover thing going. So bring y'all pajamas tomorrow. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
I'll make sure to like, share, and subscribe.